okay. I don't like it more than the first, but I do think it's a pretty good sequel. It's solid enough. What's up? It's happening. Welcome back to Animation Station. Welcome to the final review of the day, and then tomorrow we will be back to normal and back to the actual full deep dive analysis reviews. Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. This is the sequel to Public Enemies, which we are. Yeah. Sorry about that. Got a little bit interrupted, but anyway. Continuing on with the review, I don't like this more than Public Enemies. I feel like Public Enemies is still a better movie. But I feel like this one does have a better story, and it is better in a few different aspects. Let's try to break it all down as fast as we can. The first thing I should say right off the bat about this movie is that the voice acting is still fantastic. It's still Tim Daly, it's still Kevin Conroy, it's still the big two guys doing an amazing job in their performances. That is absolutely a plus right there. But then there's also Andre Braugher's Darkseid, Susan Eisenberg as Wonder Woman, a pretty good Wonder Woman, though not as great as the one from the actual Wonder Woman movie. Summer Glau's Kara's pretty good, aka Supergirl. Julianne Grossman's pretty good, Edward Asner's pretty good, John Saigon, Dave Mitchell, Rachel Quaintance, Andrea Romano, Sally Saffield, I don't know how to pronounce that. Tara Strong, Jim Ward, Greg Allen Williams, April Winchell. They all do a really good job here. It still has really good voice direction. There's still really good performances in here. But this title is misleading, because it leads you to believe that this is another movie that's centered on Batman and Superman. And while they do have a decently big, significant amount of screen time, more so Superman than Batman, there's an undeniable fact that this is a Supergirl movie first and foremost. She's the star of the show. This is her origin story in this particular timeline. And she is the big main focus throughout the movie. So this should have been called Supergirl Apocalypse, and they could have still called it a sequel to Public Enemies, but they want Superman Batman to avoid confusion, which I understand, but at the same time, it's very misleading. Because this is a Supergirl movie first and foremost, and Superman and Batman just happen to be a part of it. Darkseid's a really good villain, and I think he's done great justice here. We get some really good fights in here, and Wonder Woman's in here as a nice bonus. The whole thing with Themyscira is pretty good. This is still a very good movie. I'm not calling this a piece of crap. It's not Crisis on Two Earths. No. I'm just saying that it's inferior compared to the first, because in the first movie, it had a lot more fun factor. Whereas this one tries to be more of a self-centered storyteller thing, but I just don't think it's quite as fun. But that's just my opinion. I know there's some people out there that actually prefer this over Public Enemies, and if you do, that's okay. We all have our own different opinions, we all have our own separate views on things, but point is, this is still a pretty good sequel. And while I do think it's inferior to the first, I still don't think it's a bad movie. I still think it's pretty good, I still think it's entertaining, and if you're a DC fan, I recommend you go check it out. Just know it's not going to be better or as fun as Public Enemies. That's all I'm saying. Final verdict for Superman Batman Apocalypse is going to be a solid 7 out of 10. I feel like 7 is entirely fair to give this movie. It's really good, but not quite great and inferior to the first. That's all I'm saying. Well, that's going to do it for today's reviews, because I ended up reviewing Fallout a day early, so I'm done with that stuff. And tomorrow it will just be one Animation Station review, because it's going to be cleaning day. I'm going to need the energy, trust me. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I promise you tomorrow we'll be back to full-on 30-minute plus deep dive analysis. I just really had to rush these ones out, because if I didn't, I would end up having to cancel the whole month, and that would have sucked. So, yeah, I apologize for these other reviews not being as in-depth as the other ones that started off this marathon, or that are going to continue this marathon starting tomorrow, but I still hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts regardless, and I do recommend you still check this one out. It's still really good. It's just not a masterpiece, and it's not as great as the first. That's just my opinion. You're more than entitled to your own. Well, hopefully we'll be back to some kind of normalcy tomorrow after I finish cleaning, because tomorrow we only have one review. We're back to only one review a day from here on out, because I'm going to drive myself mad if I don't. With the exception of one, but we'll get there when we get there. So, yep, thank you guys so much for watching. I probably said that way too many times, but I apologize in advance. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm Jack Small Advantage Station. I'll see you guys tomorrow for our return to the deep dive analysis reviews with All-Star Superman.